What's going on, everybody? Rachel West and Joey Knight here, getting ready for the Bucs to take on the Carolina Panthers right over there in Ray J on Sunday, Joey. I mean, I think it goes without being said, the stakes of this are pretty high here for the Bucs. A win and they're in the playoffs.
Yeah, as bleak as this season has seemed for Bucs fans, if they win Sunday, they're in. Simple as that. So, I mean, the stakes are obvious. If the Bucs lose, let's lay that out. They would have to defeat Atlanta in Atlanta the following week and hope for the Panthers to lose to the Saints for a chance to win the division and go to the playoffs. There is still a mathematical chance that they could get a wild card, but I'm not a math major and it's too complicated for me to get into. So let's just go with those two very simple scenarios. The simplest one, win Sunday, they're in.
Something tells me that's the scenario that the Bucs want to focus on anyways. And in order to get that win on Sunday, what we all know they're going to have to do is stop the run from Carolina. They ran for 320 yards last week, so that's just, they're going to be running down their throats.
That's the mindset of the Carolina Panthers. They've won 4 of their last 6. They're 6-9. They come in very hot, obviously. They're playing inspired for their interim coach, Steve Wilks. And they're going to come in, like I said, with a mindset of running the ball. In their 4 victories, their 4 recent victories, they've averaged 240 yards on the ground. They ran for over 300 against a really good Detroit team last week. And of course, we know that initial meeting against the Bucs, 21-3, an embarrassment of the Bucs, arguably their worst game of the season. They ran for 173 yards. So not a lot of well-known weapons in the backfield there. I mean, Sam Darnold's the quarterback, but the guys he hands off to aren't, exactly household names like Dante Foreman, but they're getting the job done. They're going to come in with that mindset. I think it's just going to be critical for the Bucs to get a couple early 3-and-outs on defense, kind of take them out of that rhythm and try to have some success, maybe a touchdown on their opening drive and not just a field goal. If the Bucs can start fast offensively and defensively, I think it just changes the whole tenor of this game on Sunday.
Absolutely. A touchdown on the opening drive would be a sight for sore eyes.
Absolutely.
And because of Carolina's run game, the defensive front is going to be massive in this game. Vita Vea, Akeem Hicks up there have really done a good job stopping the run so far this year when they're together. But Vita Vea is one of those questionable entering this game. So where does he stand and the rest of the guys and all their injuries? What are we looking at?
Well, Coach Todd Bowles told us Vita's going to be a game-time decision. We've seen him out here at practice with a helmet the last 2 days. Obviously, he's been limited. We don't get to watch the whole practice, but we're told he's practiced in a limited way. So he'll be a game-time decision, and you're right. When he and Akeem Hicks are out there at the same time, it just creates a whole new dynamic for that defensive front. The 2 doubtful guys, Carlton Davis, the cornerback, who we haven't seen out here in practice, he's dealing with a shoulder injury. He's doubtful, and so is Carl Nassib, the edge rusher, the outside linebacker, and that's critical because the 2 younger guys, Joe Tryon-Shoyinka and Anthony Nelson, the 2 other outside linebackers that are healthy, the only 2 that are healthy, they've played every defensive snap the last 2 games. That's unheard of in the modern NFL. So they'd like to get some relief with Carl Nassib in that rotation. We don't know. We'll just have to wait to see Sunday. Otherwise, Tryon-Shoyinka and Nelson are pulling overtime again.
But as all the coaches said this week, they're young. They can handle it.
Yeah, fresh legs. We'll see how fresh they are Sunday around 4 o'clock.
Exactly. Well, obviously, goes without being said, huge game for the Bucs here this week against the Panthers. Make sure you guys are keeping up with all of our Bucs coverage that we have for you over on social media at Sports by Tampa Bay Times, as well as over at tampabay.com.